Well, that said, we've also had concerns being raised by the Vice President as well. We'll take through to the Vice President also raising concerns about some of these statements, as well as other statements that he's been having MPs, toll lines, etc. And we'll take also that from the Vice President.
The third lie that I have heard this morning is that I want to say that all sitting MPs should go unopposed, that nobody should contest a sitting MP. How can I say that? The party constitution cannot even allow that. This party is stronger when we have democracy working. And so I will never say any sitting MP must go unopposed. There must be consensus in any constituency. And so that lie should be left alone. But as I say, their tactic is that if you miss the ball, don't miss the man. But as for this, they will miss the man because we will not allow their lies to take root.
Husseini, what's happening?
Roland,
Ken says 800 million. Who gave him the 800 million?
Roland, the New Patriotic Party is in the process of selecting its flag bearer for elections 2024, and we are in the final week. Hopefully, a week from now, we should come back here with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia having been selected as the flag bearer of the party. I say so, and I support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia unapologetically because I believe that he is the man who can lead the party to break the eight. We are seeking to do something that has never happened since 1993. So it means that in-house itself, we should have a credible candidate who can lead the party into the elections and win. It is not just about selecting a flag bearer. It is about selecting somebody who can win us elections. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has demonstrated his public conduct, how he has held himself, how he has spoken in public, how humble he is. I mean, he's demonstrated through his work in the digitalization. Say whatever you want. Today, it is impacting on our very existence. This is a man who has contested in 4 straight elections for the party. He's been vice president for 7 years. It is just a step ahead to make him president. So I support him, and I urge the delegates of the party, come Saturday. You see, for a party like ours, every time we have united behind a particular candidate, we have won elections. So with J. Kufuor, so with Nanado, Dankwa Kufuor, and I pray, and I hope, and I'm sure it is going to happen for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as well, come Saturday. See, this is a man who is proven to us by the electoral fortunes that he's brought to this party. A constituency like Wale Wale. We first won in 2012, and since then, we have held on to that seat. In fact, in the last elections, during the presidential elections, we won that constituency by 54%. It demonstrated that this man is made our party attractive in that part of the country. And given that, look, when the NDC looks at its electoral strength, there are 3 areas that the NDC looks at: the Zongos, the Volta region, and the northern part of this country. And already he's shown that, look, the northern part of the country, he surpassed the performance of the NDC. Look at the old northern region as it was. When NDC was winning 27 out of 31 seats, we're winning just 4.
To the NDC, or you're
I am talking about the contest oncoming. Whatever Honorable Kennedy Japan said, it was in relation to the contest on Saturday. And I'm telling you that he has said what he wants to say. But I am extolling the virtues and why the party should select Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, why he can lead us to break the 8th come 2024. This is a man who I mean, given the fact that, yes, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, given that the tag on our party is seen as what? An account party. For the first time in the history of this tradition, for the first time, we're having a non-account being the front runner. You see, it goes on to, there's a parable in the Bible. There's a parable in the Bible where King Solomon had the decision to decide who a baby belongs to. 2 mothers or 2 women were fighting over a baby. The real mother of the baby was praying to the king not to divide the baby into 2. The other, who was a counterfeit, who really did not own the baby, was praying that the baby should be divided into two.
So
and that's akin to what is happening. Because the presumptive leader, the presumptive winner of this contest, you are not going to spoil everything and go to say things that would not unite our party come elections 2024. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's is to unite the party, to ensure that everybody comes under the elephant to execute elections 2024, to ensure that we win, and we win really, really, really well. Those allegations that Honorable Kennedy is making, either he was offered 800 million is a lot of money. This country, have you gauged the comments on social media? Roland, this country is currently under an IMF program. We went to the IMF for 3 billion. And we are getting tranches of 600 million. Where are we going to get 800 million to give to Honorable Kennedy Japan for him to step down? Is lying. Those are your words. Where are we going to get 800 million? And who has that 800 million to give to him? Look, we know what is going to happen on Saturday because, look, we are members. We are members of the party. We know who are going to vote. We are leaders in the constituencies. We are leaders in the electoral areas. We have worked and we know how this contest is going to go. And if I know a contest, I am going to win a contest. I am not going to go see and make sure that I just make the water murky for everybody. No. I am going to stay focused. I am going to ensure that, look, the unity that we will need after the elections on November 4th, come Saturday, we are able to achieve it. Those allegations on chairman, the chairman have come out to speak. Allegations of amounts of money doled out to this chairman. They have come out to speak. No chairman got that sort of amount. I am still very surprised that Honorable Kennedy Japan has been speaking. What we are asking, bring the evidence. Bring the evidence. He himself, in any case, Honorable Kennedy Japan, I will say on this platform, he has provided pickups to people who are working for him within the regions. And that's a fact. That is a fact. He can do it. He can provide pickups to his coordinators, his regional coordinators, and other coordinators within this contest. But no one else can do that. And when someone else does that, it's akin to bribery to ensure that he wins elections. Please, what we need as a party is to go into this contest and come out of the contest stronger. I am saying, every time we have united behind a particular candidate, we win elections. All we need is unity. These allegations and all of that, we are in the dying embers of the contest. You expect that some of these things will come up. But when they do, let's be measured. Let us be measured. Let's not give ammunition to Ejudi Tamaklo and his people. Let us not do that. Let us not make it the water to make it difficult for us as a party. We have heard these allegations. They will still remain allegations. They have no proof. I think that, look, the presumptive leader, the presumptive winner of the contest comes Saturday. He is not going to go that route. His is to unite everybody. And this issue of threats, I have heard members of Honorable Kennedy Japan's team threatening MPs who are supporting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that if Kennedy Japan wins, they are going to make sure that all those MPs will lose. I mean, it is uncalled for. This is not the first time we are going for a contest like this one. Nanado went through this contest with Honorable Alan Chairmanton. At no stage did we get to this point where MPs were threatened, where ministers were threatened.
Say that
where
again.
non-entities.
MPs are being threatened.
Yes. That those supporting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, in the very, very unlikely event that Kennedy Japan wins the contest, they are all going to be contested and swept out of parliament. And I think that those are very uncalled for. Those are very unnecessary. And those are not the sort of speeches or sayings that will unite this party like we will need to do come 2024. So they are very unnecessary. My very humble appeal to Honorable Kennedy Japan that he should recognize that this is an internal contest. And every politician will tell you, internal contests are very difficult. Difficult because you are competing with somebody who the next day you have to come and sit down and strategize with to win the bigger elections. And so we have to look at this in that context. It is an internal election. Let us keep it as that. Let us keep our pronouncements and whatever we say internally, and not say things that will make it very difficult for this party to unite.
I ask you a question.
Further
You
to
never
further,
answered.
further to
This $800
Saturday.
million claim. Do you think it is a lie?
He made allegation. The journalist there asked him where or who made that offer, and he refused to say. If you ask me, how am I going to answer? He himself, who made the allegation, he had made the allegation, and he's refusing to give further and better particulars. How am I supposed to know? Roland, how am I supposed to know? I expected him to say, oh, Roland Walker came to me with this pronouncement. All he did was he's mentioned a very good friend of his that a call came through to him. As to its veracity, I am unable to verify. You see, so it is not a question that I am. But look, $800 million is a lot of money, given where we are today as an economy. I don't think anybody who, because of this contest on Saturday, look at the Daily Guide. Look at the Daily Guide front page. Look at all the polls that are coming through. And if these polls are coming through, why would
I'll read Musa Dankwa's.
Why would anybody go to make such an offer that is for me? For me, it's beyond the attainable regions. What is Musa saying?
You think no one in Ghana can offer Kennedy Japan
800 million? Oh my God! For this contest,
are you saying he's lying?
I am saying that when the journalist asked him to give particulars of who had approached him, all he said was that a call came through to Mr. Pombio. That's fine. But if he is saying that, how am I supposed to say whether... But I am telling you that 800 million is too much money. And nobody, I don't expect anybody to make such an offer in a contest that I think that the contest is almost over, given what we are reading. Even look at Mr. Dankwa's polls. I mean, why would anybody...
Well, the polls from Global Info Analytics, Musa Dankwa, Executive Director, leading the research team, puts Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, DMB 2024, it is possible, as the one to win the poll. However, he says that they are undecided, and then also individuals within the ranges of 14, I believe, as to 12 as well, so who have remained undecided. But it is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ultimately that the vote could tilt towards, and so will win. On the sidelines, as you observe this, what do you make of this, Edric?
You see, I think the point must be made clear.
That what?
That even as you observe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on the campaign trail, he doesn't talk about policy issues.
Because it's an internal context.
No, but you...
No, wait. Oh, sorry.
Why?
No. Let me just a point of... He talks about issues that will make the party stronger. An example is it's an internal context. So an example is how to improve upon government-party relationships. And he's offered a suggestion, saying that if I become president, this is the number of appointments that I have, and I'm going to use that as a tool to ensure that the appointees become accountable to the party.
So how many appointments is he going to make when he becomes president?
Yeah, the president makes in the ranges of 7,000. Okay. And he says, look, this is the percentage that I am going to use to ensure that there is a government party cohesion, such that the issues that we face today, the NDC itself has the same issues. So he has come out with policies. So you cannot say that he's going around with that policy. It is an internal contest. He is dealing with the delegates, the police station executives of the party, and that is where he's putting and that is where he's putting his policies. Those policies are not addressed to you. It is addressed to the members of the party who are going to vote come Saturday. And that's where he wants the matter to remain. It still remains an internal contest. And that will give him a better stead to be able to unite the party post the elections. And this is what we expect from our leaders.
So let me go back to my issue. Dr. Bawumia campaigning for the flag bearer position within the NPP has not been talking about policy issues.
No.
Those
are wrong statements.
All he's been telling the delegates of the NPP is that Christians and Muslims are at war, and that he is going to bring unity among them. Dr. Bawumia, in the past 30 years that we've done, stop this. The past 30 years that we've done this 1992 Constitution, Christians and Muslims have lived peacefully, without trouble. In fact,
siblings who are Christians.
We have the benefit.
Disruptive this morning.
Because you allow him to say things that are not benefit. Why are you allowing him to say that?
We have the benefit.
Has never said anywhere that Christians and Muslims are at war. He has siblings who are Christians. So how would you say
the national chief imam?
Say that he's
the national chief imam going to a Catholic church? This is phenomenal. It is not happening because of Bawumia. And so when he goes to the NPP delegates and tell them that they need to vote for him to bring unity and harmony among Christians and Muslims, completely far-fetched. And that is how Bawumia has weaponized religion, even within the NPP internal context. And for me, it's a huge warning, red flag to all of us. 2, when you look at this contest, I've heard Bawumia, and usually when he goes on the campaign trail, he will say, oh, my father is so and so. Yes, lawyer so and so. One-time CEO of Cocoa Board. One-time chairman of Council of State. But you know what? I grew up doing many jobs, doing ABCD. I don't know why he's communicating. But he tells this to the delegates. Now he goes on to say, yes, you know what? My dad, Bawumia, had 17 children. 9 are Christian, so and so. How relevant is that conversation? And that is why I'm saying that you can see a deliberate weaponization of religion, even within the NPP internal context.
How is he doing that?
And you know what? He goes there and tells, you know what? I am the one coming to bring unity and harmony between NPP. You've been so unruly. You've been so unruly, and it's untidy this morning. It's untidy. I kept quiet. I was making notes.
No, but you're making points. You're making points that are total. I mean,
I was making
notes. How can you be saying this like
this? It's so untidy. Please.
Look, when we come here, we say things that will bring national cohesion. We don't say things that will divide. But that's what he's saying are lies, and you are refusing to stop him. That Dr. Mahmoud Beme is using religion as a tool to bring us harmony. And that is not true. That is not true. You should tell him that it is not true.
So I asked him, how is he doing that? That's a question.
And he has not answered that, and you have allowed him to go.
I gave him the
You have not allowed him to go.
You are being very disruptive, to be
I am not. I am not being disruptive. I am not being disruptive. I am not being disruptive. I am not being
He wants to vote and destroy the program. But let's demonstrate emotional intelligence to defeat him. You see, if you pick the candidature of Bawumia, and I've always maintained that this candidature is a third term for Akufo-Addo. And that is why, in the words of Professor Frimpong Wati, the Minister of Finance had promised that whatever financial resources required
for what?
By Dr. Bawumia. He said it on your own hot issues, your own station, that the finance minister had given the assurance that all the money required by Bawumia to win this poll will be made available. That statement was made on TV3, just for the record. 2, you see, we have a situation where Akufo-Addo, having realized the harm, the pain that he had afflicted on Ghanaians, to avoid accountability, wants someone who would take over immediately after him, provide him the necessary immunity.
Dr. Bawumia is his own man, is it not?
Look, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has always been an experiment for Akufo-Addo and his family.
That cannot be true.
Read Atta Kennedy's book, Chasing the Elephant into the Bush, The Politics of Complacency. At that time, Atta Kennedy was Director of Communication for the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia campaign in 2008. And he says in very clear terms that the Bawumia candidature was a proposal by Ken Ofori-Atta, and that the initial choice of running mate by Mr. Akufo-Addo was Haji Alima. That is well documented and is there. And so the whole Bawumia candidature It's a project. It's a political experiment by the Akufo-Addo family. And it's also, like I pointed out earlier, a test of our national sanity. And it's important, we made this point, that whole candidature, that together with your boss, you have destroyed an economy generationally. And you say that, look, I want to take over and continue the mess. Unbelievable.
Invariably meaning what?
Invariably meaning that, listen, at this point, Bawumia thinking that he can even take over from Akufa. It's an insult to the Ghanaian intelligence.
How so?
Listen to me carefully.
He's been a vice president.
This is a vice president who his boss told us that he's bringing him because he's the economic messiah and that he has the magic wand to transform our economic problems, right? At the time when his boss told us this, food inflation was 9.7%. Today, food inflation is doing almost 50%. We have never seen this before. I mean, we saw a situation where inflationary pressure rose to 54%. The worst since we started the 1992 political experiment. The worst. And the man who is the chair of the team that had produced this dubious outcome says that I am the best to take over. Complete insult to our intelligence. But you see, my friend here says, you know, Bawumia is the reason why NPP is doing well in the north. I mean, and you see, again, it demonstrates a certain lack of depth. A certain lack of, you know, deep analysis.
I've heard Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say the seats that the NDC held years back or in past elections have dwindled subsequently. And if you look at the statistics...
So let me deal with this issue. The NPP, they are telling us, for instance, that when Hassan Tampoli won Gushegu, it's because of Bawumia. I mean, like how? You are telling us that when Amin Anta won Karaga, it's because of Bawumia.
Well, somebody will ask, why not?
I mean, how? What is Bawumia's influence? You are saying that when Abu Jinapo won Damongo, it's because of Bawumia's influence. Unless you don't even understand what you are talking about. If you really appreciate the dynamics of the North, the intertribal ethnic dimensions and conversation, you will not sit on live television and make this. But I'm happy that they are thinking this way. It is good. Because obviously, when you go to a doctor, and the doctor, instead of diagnosing the problem, misdiagnoses it and provide a prescription, you know that this doctor he's not even worth the position or that whole accolade of being called a doctor. But you see, there's even a more serious matter. This morning, we are being told that Kennedy Japan is the counterfeit between the two women.
I mean
the analogy that was provided.
Okay.
That
Solomon, the Bible.
Yes, that Kennedy Japan is the counterfeit of the whole conversation. Is it not interesting? In 1992, when Ken and Co were putting up this structure called NPP, okay?
Ken was not part of those who put up.
Oh, no. In fact, he's put out record. 1992, the fans...
That has been disputed
by
Kennedy.
I've listened to Kwabena J. Japan. Kwabena only disputes the figure. Signatory. No, he disputes the figure to a Dubois, not his contribution generally. He only said that, look, if that amount of money had come to a Dubois, because of how close he was with a Dubois, he would have realized it. But he never disputed his contribution. Dr. Bawumia, as we have been told, confirmed by Kwabena J. Japan, Nano Hinto, among others, as of 2007-2008, when Ken Ofori-Atta proposed him, according to Atta Kennedy, he was not even an NPP member. 2007. And to the point that at the National Council meeting at Alisa Hotel, chaired by President Kufuor, that was when a special dispensation, because the NPP constitution then provided that to be running mate, you should be a member for 5 years. Bawumia didn't qualify. So the party had to give him a waiver, a special dispensation, It was after the council meeting at Alisa Hotel that he was given a party membership card signed by Nana Ohi into. This record cannot be disputed. So between Bawumia and Ken, so to suggest that
say whatever you want.
So
you're
saying that there were waivers that were undertaken.
To suggest that,
I'm saying it's not your turn, please.
To suggest that, as it were, Ken is a counterfeit. I mean, it's your internal matter. But you see, I've read the poll by Musa Dankwa.
Yes.
The details. If you read the poll clearly, it says that as we speak today, of the 4,000 persons sampled who are delegates, Bawumia did 43%, correct?
Correct.
Ken Ejapon is doing 28%, correct? 18% undecided. And there was just some 002 Adainimo and Afriya Kutu. If you even put, even within the 400 people, the 4,000 people, what it means is that Bawumia's approval rating, even among the 4,000, is only 43%. That's significant.
You mean even within NPP?
Even within NPP. So if you put all the others, save his, what it means is that those against him of leading the NPP are more.
Undecided is not necessarily against.
Why are you doing this?
This is point of information.
Why are you doing
Roland,
this?
Undecided is not necessarily against.
What it means that these
at
people,
a point, and I tell you, there are people who are decided who don't even want to reveal the how they're going to vote.
These people do not have the confidence to put out there that, in fact, we support him.
Whether I support Bawumia or Ken.
And that, for me, is significant and revealing. But you see, if you even look at the poll again, and let's go back to the Super Delegates Conference. How many people? 937 people had to decide. That's the creme de la creme in NPP. The first time the NPP started this Super Delegate. 209. Yes, the first time the NPP started this Super Delegate system, the first person who went through that test was Mr. Akufo-Addo himself. Yes. He came out with 82%, correct?
Yes.
82%. Now his protege, the experiment that he has, Bawumia, when he put himself up within the NPP creme de la creme, he did what?
Got 68%.
68%.
Yes.
So significantly,
but 68% is
it's not that. Compared to his former boss, when he was doing in excess of 82%, he is doing 68%. What it tells you, about 28% or 22 or so within the NPP do not see his candidature as viable among the creme de la creme,
Roland,
which is very significant.
Roland,
so when you put all of these things together, of this together, the irresistible conclusion in the west of Ken Ejapon is that the whole Bawumia candidature is a disaster in waiting. I am pleased.
Are you saying that you prefer Ken to DMB, or I don't understand you?
A man who can easily isolate him from a man who can easily isolate himself.
Answer the question now.
Oh, so please. A man who can easily isolate himself from the mess of Akufo-Addo clearly provides to the ordinary Ghanaian voter a conversation that is different.
Your preference is Ken.
You understand? And that, for me, from a political strategy position, should be worrying.
I want to ask questions. Sorry.
If you put the Bawumia candidature, Bawumia is Akufo-Addo, Akufo-Addo is Bawumia.
What about Ken?
No, Ken can easily say no. When these guys were messing up, I was not part of the people taking the executive decision.
So between Ken and DMB, who do you prefer?
I won't say it so that NPP voters will inform their mind.
Or none of them is...
No, but as for the whole NPP, like Ken himself said, they are on their way to opposition.
Roland.
They are on their way to opposition. He is saying that if you give me the Flagbearership, that's Ken, at least there is a certain chance that we can do something. But as for Bawumia, it's a disaster. And he said, look, I'm a businessman. At the time NPP took over...
So your preference is Ken?
Oh, please. At the time NPP took over, I needed 4 cedis to get $1.
Yeah, he said that.
Today, as a businessman, by reason of the incompetence of Bawumia as the chair of the economic mismanagement team, I'm having to cough up 12 cedis to get $1. That is how much of my capital has been taken away from me. And you say, look, Ghanaian businessmen don't care. So they'll go and line up conveyor belts and vote for Bawumia. Then you have no respect for the intelligence of the ordinary Ghanaian.
All right.
Roland, you see, contrary to
Sulu says, I can't wait for more secrets when Ken loses.
Contrary to what Mr. Tamaklo wants everybody to believe, that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is pitching Christians against Muslims, he is rather the opposite. He's a guy who actually goes for the cohesion, more so for him being a Muslim. He's a unifier within the religion.
Are we at war?
So I mean, for what we are not at war. And for a person like me, my mother is Presbyterian, my father is Muslim. And it's just a bouncing there. Nobody has said that we are at war. And for him to sit on this platform and portray as if that is what Doctor is saying, it is very, very unfortunate.
Do you agree?
Do I agree what?
Do you agree
that
until Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia started going to churches and going to community that there's not been Muslim or anything, really nobody would have minded if we had or didn't have a Muslim.
No. I tell you, maybe if you wear a skin like mine and you have to go for. What's
your skin like?
I'm a Muslim. We admit Muslims are in the minority. You want a leadership position in my constituency.
Maybe it's an NPP
in my constituency.
Don't you think it's
it is not an NPP in my constituency? I go to churches.
Are you saying that
I go to churches?
Touchwood,
and we live. Yeah.
Touchwood.
Yeah.
Haruna Idris becomes the presidential candidate of the NDC.
Mm-hmm.
You are saying Christians will arise against him to become.
We are not saying that nobody's arising against him. What we are saying is that
because
he is working.
Nobody was beating this religious drum until DMB came.
No, he's not beating any religious drums. He's working for the cohesion of the two, and that's all. Okay. That's all there is. Making sure that if the religion bet is not going to rear its ugly head in our body politic. Look, contrary to what you might say, you will say whatever membership of the party. Are you telling me that J.E. Atta Mills or even Professor Nana Ejima, as vice chancellor of the university or as IRS head, they had party membership before they were selected as running mates within the party? What are you telling us? What are you telling us? Look, this whole EMT thing.
But you have to speak in context because...
in what context?
No, because...
Professor Mills was a lecturer in Lagos.
Sir, the context is that there's a constitution. So there's a certain criteria for you to qualify.
That's exactly what I'm coming. Exactly what I'm coming. If you read the book, Working with Rollins by one of the hosts, he tells you how they discovered Professor Mills as a lecturer.
But I'm saying there's a constitution. The constitution is that you have to pre-qualify.
Of course, that's a constitution of their party, and it is not.
So at the time,
it is not. It is not.
At the time, DMB was selected.
But it's even worse with the NDC. Look, with the NDC, to even run as a member of Parliament, you should have been a member for at least 5 years.
Well, you've been an NDC member before.
Oh, but that's their constitution is public.
Yeah,
it's public.
I know that.
And all of that. And I'm asking you.
Have they suspended
I'm asking you. My question to him is that at the time Professor Mills was selected as a lecturer from University of Ghana, was he a card-bearing member of their party? Why is it that they can do it and we can do it? Why can they do it and we can do it?
I have provided
something like
your own party constitution provided.
EMT. Look, the EMT is an advisory body to cabinet. It is not
can you imagine?
Wisdom Kumats.
This man was a member of the finance committee of Parliament.
It is not an
He's saying that Bawumia is Simpapeni. You know what the accounts call Simpapeni?
It is an advisory body.
He just there of no value, like one Ghana peso.
Oh, you can't. Oh, Eduje, you can't say that.
That's what he's saying.
No, that's your interpretation.
No, but how can you
he's the head of the EMT.
As the chair of the economic management team, he's of no use.
But I thought you as a lawyer should rather actually identify and understand it even better.
His boss.
Who is his boss?
Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo at a rally at Ayaso West Wagon, Bawumia School Park precisely, said Bawumia's mind is what he's using for governance.
Of course, and he has shown it.
And he has shown it.
He has a track record. Look at the record of the government between 2017 and 2020.
In the US.
That
Bawumia's
mind is what has created this mess.
Look at the performance between 2017 and 2020. It is very clear.
Kwesi Mensah in the US says the sense. The two of you, your mics are off. Your mics are off. Okanekwe North. Parliamentary candidate, lead parliamentary candidate. The sense of Bawumia called President Mahama Malam John in the presence of Chief Imam is what? He said, what is, okay, why did Dr. Bawumia call former President Mahama Malam John in the presence
he
of...
He was mocking H.E. John Dramani Mahama, calling him names.
All right. Prince Henry says...
What names?
We didn't know today will come.
Mr. So Prince Henry says Mr. Isa is trying hard to justify his inclusion in Dr. Bawumia's good book. That is why he is doing Nipa Yekubra comments. What is Nipa Yekubra comments? You have to inquire. BT Sly Nadoli Kalio. Mr. Bawumia, no, it has to be Dr. Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia and the NPP will know their real size in 2024 in the northern region when the election comes. Now, we cannot sit all this while waiting for Big Issue, only for him to come and be speaking as though some of us don't have a mind of our own. If some of us have the opportunity to sit on the platform his own, he will understand that shouting and heckling doesn't make one... He's young and must know that. That's Rami Hassan Sakumono to Mr. Fusaini. Mr. Fusaini, that's to you. Say today with me, unruly. On the 4th of November, DMB shall win massively. No two ways about this. It is possible. Lukman Abubakar, NPP Vice Chair, Leipzig, Germany. Lukman, you have to come back to Ghana. Roland, we in the NDC would rather be happy for Bawumia to win the Super Delegates Conference because it will be easy for us to beat him in 2024. That is Umar Farouk. And then we have a couple more messages. Now, Mr. Wisdom says, please tell Mr. Fusaini to respect the viewers. Why wasn't he shouting on the Garo issue? And he's shouting all over the place. He says you respect the viewers. Sir. Julius Agawa and Tahiru says, the military brutalities in the Upper East were unfortunate, and those involved should be identified and given the opportunity, the necessary punishment to serve as deterrent to other military men. All right. Now, we'll be cashing out. So before we do the cash out, Mr. Lawson, please, there's a verified info now I have about from National Security. This one was given to me by Mr. Fusaini. And I've verified it. It's true. Please put it on the screen. Let's do cash out. We'll put it on the screen before we go. Just without your respect, Mr. Lawson. Please just download it for me. So let's do cash out. Again, it goes with the short code *439#. Mr. Lawson will put those pictures before. It got to do with the Garo issue. Now let's do the cash out. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Cash out. Okay. So the winner is 0241316. 0241316. Are we doing a second one? Okay, can we have those pictures on the screen, please? And for the people of Garu, yes, so let this one stay. So Fusaini, you are saying these are verified pictures from National Security. These are the bullet holes. National Security is reporting that were the holes made by the guns, the multiple rounds of shots into the National Security vehicle. Verified from National Security.
Is that not the more reason why they needed to investigate and get the culprit? Because you see,
so they had gone in there to retrieve those vehicles.
They are bullets.
The National
so
Security,
you can actually draw.
They had gone in there to retrieve their weapons. They had gone there to retrieve their weapons
from the back of people. You didn't see the picture.
Even police
I also have an authority
to do
somebody, a source high up in the armed forces, Ghana Armed Forces, who currently is there, says that a security installation, it's a machine actually, that is used to intercept signals across our borders, were destroyed by the individuals. It cost Ghana millions of dollars to be able to procure that. These individuals, they sacked their homes, they had guns, we're told. They destroyed a national security installation belonging to Ghana.
So
that facility is used.
This person higher up is
that
saying,
facility is used.
Allow him to.
That facility is used
Oh,
to intercept signals from our borders. If there are any incursions, etc., they were destroyed by the individuals. All right. And then somebody else said the pictures are made up. All right. So we'll see. There's going to be Fuseni Isa Okankwe North. He is the lead candidate for the parliamentary race.
Conclusion? How did you
For the
come to
NPP in
that
Okankwe North.
Friends of the
Tamaklo is director for the legal directorate of the
Friends
NPP.
of
Newly minted director.
We're taking a break, go right back.
Newly minted.
Friends of
You
the
should add
peer.
that.
Friends of the peer.
Amaliba is one.